Hey guys, my name is Kat and welcome back to my booktube channel. So you may have noticed from the title or from the setup of today's video that it is going to be a little bit different than what I normally do. So for those of you who don't know, probably all of you, I am a huge ASMR fan. I watch lots of ASMR. It's some of my favorite content to watch on YouTube and TikTok and all those places. So I've never made ASMR before, but I thought that I have a book I'd like to do a review on, and why not do the review in ASMR and try something different. And if you hate ASMR, I have lots of other videos on my channel that you can watch, and you can tell me in the comments that this is not your cup of tea. But if you do like ASMR, then let me know, and maybe I will make more content like this. But to get into it, today I'm going to be reviewing Normal People by Sally Rooney. This book has been very popular for quite a while now, but I had only just read it in the past couple of weeks. But I thought that it was a really good book, and I loved it. I've actually heard quite a few people say that they thought this book was a little bit overrated, but I did not feel that way at all to start off. Normal People was published. Let's get a few of the stats really quick actually on my iPad. 1 second. Alright, so Normal People was published in April of 2019. It is 273 pages, and its Goodreads rating is 3.82 stars. 3.8282 stars. And I gave it 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stars. It is one of the only 5-star books I've had so far this year. Although it was a shorter book, I did take my time reading it because I've been trying to spend more time on my books and kind of savor them and really soak in the content and the information, especially when I'm reading a contemporary or literary fiction book. Just because they tend to have messages that need to be heard or should be heard. So if you have not heard of Normal People or read it, I will warn you this video is going to have quite a few spoilers in it, just because of the nature of the video and the things that I want to cover. But to give you guys a bit of an overview, Normal People follows 2 high schoolers, or they began as high schoolers, in Ireland, and it is Marianne and Connell. Connell is a very popular soccer player, and he's very well liked at school, very well known, but he comes from a very poor family, and his mom is actually Marianne's family's maid. And Marianne, who is very wealthy, is not very popular because she is not the prettiest girl in school, and she is also known for being a little bit odd and a little bit weird to a lot of the kids. However, her and Connell form, I have to be so conscious of like the noises that are being made around me right now. Her and Connell form a bit of a friendship, because Connell will come over after school and wait for his mom to finish up, and him and Marianne actually become pretty good friends, and eventually they actually end up sleeping together. However, during this portion of the book, Marianne and Connell are not really seen together in public because Connell is embarrassed of being with Marianne due to the way that other people perceive him and the way that other people perceive her, and he doesn't want his status, so to speak, to be brought down by being known as someone who is friends with or sleeping with Marianne. However, throughout the course of this time, Marianne is never really too bothered by this. She's aware of it, and she's kind of accepted that that is how things are. But Marianne convinces Connell to apply to a specific college, Trinity, and they end up both going to college there. But before going to college, the summer that they leave, they don't really see each other, and they think that they've gone their separate ways. However, they end up at Trinity and they meet again, and the roles have somewhat reversed. Marianne is now the popular girl. She's well liked, she's pretty, and Connell is a bit of a nobody, and some people kind of talk poorly about him because they think he's weird or different. And once again, Marianne and Connell form a relationship and begin to be friends and sleep together, and Marianne is a little bit more accepting of Connell than Connell was of Marianne back in the day, but the same vibes are kind of there, that they are kind of okay with the unspoken rules of not being open about their relationships. And throughout this time period, they kind of have ebbs and flows where they're together a lot and they think that the relationship might actually move forward, and then there are times where they start to see other people, and you really just get to hear both of them experiencing the loss of each other and then finding each other again, and the impact of the way that they are treating each other. At this time, Marianne also explores the idea of the way that she likes to be perceived sexually and how that can impact a girl's life. It can impact a boy's life too, but specifically in this book, it's examining kind of how girls are portrayed and seen for specific things. And eventually, towards the end of school, when they're trying to decide what to do with their lives, they come together for kind of a final time. And this is when it really seems as though a relationship is going to form, and Marianne and Connell will finally be together as they've always kind of meant to be. But Connell chooses to go to a school, and at the very end, he's telling Marianne he doesn't think he's going to go, and she's saying that he should definitely go because she knows that it's going to be good for him. And she ends by saying, "You know, I'll always be here," because one of the main themes of this book really is that they always end up together. They always find each other again. There's never a time where it's not Marianne and Connell, and if it is, it's only for a few short months or weeks even before they find each other again. One of the things that really set this book apart for me was the examination of communication, and how throughout this book, if Marianne and Connell had just communicated about their issues, they probably could have been fine and they could have had a great relationship, but they were both just so scared of the rejection that they might face that they were content to never know what would happen. And unfortunately, that is the reality for a lot of people. They are too scared of rejection, not just in relationships, but in other things, to actually figure out what could happen and what could be. And this book just did such an amazing job of detailing the emotions of going through that as well. So now I'm going to share some of my favorite quotes from the book. And I know these quotes are a little bit random, but it is what it is. So when they're discussing Connell saying he wishes that things could be different with Marianne, she says, "If he really wished for any of those things, then they would happen. Connell always gets what he wants, and then feels sorry for himself when what he wants doesn't make him happy." She would have lain on the ground and let him walk over her body if he wanted, and he knew that. believes Marianne lacks warmth, by which she means the ability to beg for love from people who hate her. And that's what I'm speaking about Marianne's state of not being very popular and being perfectly content. Connell speaking about how he treated her during school, because it was humiliating, the way I treated you, and the fact that I just put up with it. I think I have an unlovable sort of, I have a coldness about me, difficult to like. Sometimes, in the middle of the day, she remembers something Jamie has said or done to her, and all her energy leaves her completely, so her body feels like a carcass, something immensely heavy and awful that she has to carry around. I'm not a religious person, but I do sometimes think God made you for me. He always reflexively imagined ways to cause himself extreme injury when he was distressed. It seemed to soothe him briefly, the act of imagining a much worse and more totalizing pain than the one he really felt. Maybe just the cognitive energy it required, the momentary break in his train of thought, but afterward, he would only feel worse. There's always been something inside her that men have wanted to dominate. Their desire for domination can look so much like attraction, even love. Is the world such an evil place that love should be indistinguishable from the basest and most abusive forms of violence? Like a ceaseless repetition of the same infinitesimally small mistake. This is also a quote I find really interesting as someone who does read a lot and who does talk a lot about books. It was culture as class performance, literature fetishized for its ability to take educated people on false emotional journeys so that they might afterward feel superior to the uneducated people whose emotional journeys they like to read about. This is another really amazing quote, at least I think so. You learn nothing very profound about yourself simply by being bullied, but by bullying someone else, you learn something you can never forget. Our body is just an item of property, and though it has been handed around and misused in various ways, it has somehow always belonged to him, and she feels like returning it to him now. Alright, this is going to be the last quote that I read. No one can be independent of other people completely, so why not give up the attempt, she thought. Go running in the other direction. Depend on people for everything. Allow them to depend on you. Why not? She knows he loves her. She doesn't wonder about that anymore. So that was my review / description / examination / reading of Normal People by Sally Rooney in ASMR. enjoyed this video, and if you did, please let me know. I would love to make more content like this in the future. And if you didn't like it, also please let me know, and I will not make any more content like this in the future. I hope you guys have an excellent day, and I really hope that you either enjoyed Normal People or decide to pick it up. I would say even if you watch this whole video, this book is really not so much plot heavy as it is character driven. So, although some things were spoiled here, the journey you go on when reading this book has not been spoiled as it can't be without reading it. So, maybe I'll watch the Hulu series and let you guys know what I think about that. But for now, that is all. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you